Hello folks. As you can see, the Gome cat is extremely tired. He has had a busy few days helping me with the E39, so I figure we'll let him get some much needed sleep, and we will go have a look at the E39 and give you folks an update as to what's happening with that vehicle. Stand by. So here we are folks, the E39. As you may recall, the last time we saw this car, we had installed our BMW 740e hybrid battery in it. It's about a year ago now. And we've been driving around with that in there and basically proving out our Gen 3 Toyota Prius inverter boards in this car. But it's been pretty limited because of only about 9.5 kilowatt hours of energy within the hybrid pack. As more regular viewers may know, a few months ago we upgraded my wife's 2011 Nissan Leaf to a 40 kilowatt hour battery, I believe from a 2020 vehicle. This left us with the original 24 kilowatt hour pack. It had a little bit less than 50,000 miles on it. It had lost 3 bars of, I guess, health on the dash display, but still quite a usable battery. And it was basically free. So I thought, why don't we get this baby installed in the E39? Yes, folks, that really is a stainless steel battery box. That is a first for EV BMW. You may be happy with that. My 25mm hole saws, not so much. But I did decide this time to give stainless a chance. And welcome to our already installed front battery box. This box holds, I actually forget how many modules now, but it is a pretty tight fit in the between the chassis rails in the front of the E39 here. But it worked out quite well. As you can see, our battery is bolted into the base of the box, and our box is not TIG welded. Sorry folks, you can only get me to do so much fancy stuff in one sitting. This is MIG welded, which worked out quite well for me. The welding is perfectly fine. Hole sawing, not so much. But this is our front pack installed, and then we won't really be able to see much here, but if you look down there around the kind of center bottom of the frame, you'll see there's some kind of more orangey conduit there, which is our new kind of connector wires going down to the back of the vehicle to connect the two, I guess, pack boxes together. So that we'll have the 96 cells of the original Leaf pack. 48 modules, there's 2 cells in each one, giving us our 96 cells. Which is the exact same cell count and voltage as our BMW hybrid pack, meaning that it's perfectly fine for us to run these guys in parallel. Ow, that's hot. So up here is a front high voltage junction box with our main contactors, main negative contactor, main positive contactor, our ISA shunt. This is the hybrid battery negative from the rear, and this is the Leaf battery negative, which is actually here underneath this enclosure with our most negative terminal. The most positive terminal is in the back. and that is brought up to the front of the car here through this 70 square cable. So front junction box, our leaf pack is down here under this. I'll see if I can give you a little bit of a look-see into that. I do have a cover over it at the minute, so you probably won't really be able to see much, but I might be able to show you better when we do the rear part of the pack, which we haven't installed as yet. But yeah, this is our junction box, and if we come over here, this is our Toyota Prius Gen 3 inverter, and this inverter is running our latest revision of the logic board. Drives our 3 phases out here to our Siemens 1PV 5135 AC induction motor, which is underneath. This guy also gives us a DC-DC converter capable of, I think, about 120 amps at 14 volts. One thing that I do want to do pretty soon, hopefully, is going to be to start using the second MG1 inverter power stage here, either as a charger, or I might actually parallel them to give me some more current handling capabilities. At the minute, I can push the Siemens motor up to about 70 kilowatts before we get a DSAT event from the inverter, which is pretty good. Definitely, if we brought MG1 into play here, we would be easily able to see 100 kilowatts out of this, you know, super cheap, super common inverter. So yeah, this has been running now for a year. It's had some different boards in it as I've just made some changes to them. So obviously liquid cooled as well. So let's go have a quick look in the rear of the car, and I'll show you what we have going on there. Apologies for the sun here, folks, but I'm not complaining about it. So this box here, this aluminium box, is containing our BMW hybrid pack. Up here on the top of it, you'll see we have a disconnect. This is from a Renault Zoe. I decided to use this one because it's got 2 sets of disconnect poles in it, so we can use this guy to disconnect both of our battery packs. So coming down here then, I've had to rearrange a lot of the wiring here. So I've consolidated what was originally in 2 boxes here down into 1. So what we have here, these 2 contactors are our pack positive contactors. So this one switches on the BMW hybrid pack, and this one switches on the Nissan Leaf pack positives. So these are our positives. They all go to this 70 square cable, which goes up to the front of the vehicle. And then each of these goes to the BMW pack, and that will be going to our Leaf pack, through the disconnect, through the fuse, and out to our Leaf pack positive, which will be back here. These 2 guys are our CHAdeMO DC fast charging contactors, because on the back of the vehicle here we've our CHAdeMO port. I'll get that open for you. We've our CHAdeMO DC fast charging here, just like we have on the E39. So this time around I did it a little bit differently. I kind of ducted the whole thing into the spare wheel well there. And there you go. You can, if you look there now, you'll see the new cables going down towards the front of the car. Now, one of them is the link between the 2 parts of the Leaf pack, and one of them is our CHAdeMO negative cable. Because this is our CHAdeMO negative that has to go back up to the front high voltage junction box, because we need our ISA shunt to be able to see both the AC and the DC charging current, so that it can be controlled. So that's pretty much what we have here at the minute. Now this part of the pack that you see here will be installed into this box that we showed you earlier. And this box will then be installed in the rear of the vehicle. And it'll link this pack here to the one in the front. And that'll give us basically a complete Nissan Leaf pack, coupled up in parallel with our BMW hybrid pack here in the back. And yeah, it's kind of, in one sense, it's kind of like the reverse of one of the Muxan Leaf range extender things. So we'll see how this works out, but it'll definitely bump up the range of this vehicle for us, which is something it needs, and something that I'm going to need, because we've got some big changes coming down the road for us folks, and we need our fleet vehicles to be able to do a little bit of distance. So folks, hope you've enjoyed this little look back at the E39. I'm quite busy on this project. I have been for the past few days. As you can see, it's taken quite a toll from the Gome cat, so I'm going to let him sleep away in there. We'll be back to you on this when we have the rear pack fitted and kind of able to run some tests. And we will be also running our CHAdeMO charge controller in this car, and also we'll be fitting the production version of the Zombieverter VCU to this vehicle as well. What else is there? I think that's about it. So I'll wrap things up. Usual advice, don't forget to check those links in the description for Patreon, PayPal, GitHub, Open Inverter Forum, whatever else I can think of. To ensure that you don't accidentally come upon this kind of ridiculous video again, don't forget to dislike, unshare, and do not, oh no, wait now, I'm even getting this wrong. Dislike, do not share, unsubscribe, and hopefully I don't have some kind of accident so that I don't get to see you folks again. But yeah, I think I think this is going to work out well for us. So I'll wrap it up. I'm getting a bit of heat stroke here. Irish people aren't used to heat. So that's it. We'll see you next time. And until then, happy CHAdeMOing.